So this is a long overdue Lukie golf vlog, but I think I played it at the right time in my golfing life where I got the maximum experience for it. Today I'm going to be taking you through my journey of Apple Mountain Golf Resort. I hope you're enjoying my renewed enthusiasm to coming back into golf. I've been like a range rat as of lately. If this is your first time to the channel, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, leave a comment on things I can improve. People sadly very rarely say what they enjoy, but if you enjoy it, also let me know. This is going to be the Apple Mountain Resort golf vlog. So before we get into my vlog and all the footage, let's go through the golf rates. I've put the golf rates on the screen. The course feels like a $100 course, but it doesn't play as such. So keep that in mind. I think part of that might be the location, that it's a little out of the way for the Sacramento region. It's about 30-40 minutes from the Folsom Orangevale area. If you know where that is, that will give you a good context, but it plays dramatically cheaper than the Truckee, California golf courses. Now, there is one reason for that, I feel. I love the design. I think this is one of these hidden gem courses, although it's not hidden because I feel like it's been very critically acclaimed. Golf Fanatics started their channel, I believe, on this course, and they did a great vlog. My YouTube peer, Double Bogey Bass, and I always struggle because it feels like a tongue twister when I say his name. He's always talked about how great this course is, and he is really good at golf, and he makes great opinions, and you should actually go over and subscribe to his channel. He has spoken highly of this course, and I get why, because it's a phenomenal ball strikers course, and there's good things to challenge your short game with here. There's a lot of local knowledge and quirk, but my downside was it had just rained and the greens felt a little bit like they skidded, and they weren't my favorite version of the greens, but I can overlook that based on the price point and based on how cool the holes are, and the vibes on this course are like 10 out of 10. The staff is amazing, the atmosphere, just everything is good. Let's go into my vlogging of this course. So here's Apple Mountain. This is the first tee shot, and it sets the tone for what you have. It is mountain golf. It is target golf. So you're going to probably be not hitting your driver. There's another thing that I talked about in the intro. There's tons of forced carries. So this could be a complicated relationship for a lot of people because you're going to need a certain amount of distance because it's preferable to not hit driver at this course. And you're also going to have to get the ball in the air. So if you struggle getting the ball in the air, and if you struggle with distance, you really need to play the right tees. And this might not be the course for you because this course is all about precision. So this is the first hole I started vlogging on. Shout out to my girlfriend for getting me the Golf Pod Pro so I could just vlog my mind out. I thought I hit the pin on this one. So there we go. That's the Lukie real-time reaction. So you're hitting down a hill and then back up a hill. And what I love about Apple Mountain is just the unique variety of holes. It felt like an easier version of Nakoma Resort up in Clio, California. Mountain golf for me, I guess, might be one of my favorite versions of golf because when I play mountain courses, they're some of my favorites. On this hole, the par 3, there's a steep embankment to the left of the hole. For some reason, I thought that would be super cool to show you guys. Didn't really come out as cool showing you. That was a 200-yard shot. I actually hit that really well. Been working on my iron striking, but this isn't a, man, this is how I'm playing vlog. This, to me, the 8th hole, I believe, I could be wrong here, was one of the harder holes because I didn't play it strategically. And when you just start bombing and gouging this course, that's when you get in trouble. You're supposed to play that to a number and not hit driver. When I got in the rough, especially with wedges, it was hard for me to get good, clean contact. Ended up coming up short and had a little pitch up this hill. A lot of hitting up hills, and then I make a super sick putt. I filmed it like this, partially by accident, but it also shows the isolation that you feel on this course. You hit down some massive hills at this course on 9. Here's another example. Like, you can just bomb it, and it's just a wonderful feeling. Heavy Coyote Moon vibes in Truckee. So if you like Coyote Moon, this is going to totally be your jam because it really brought back memories and a lust to want to play there. I absolutely just fanned that hybrid. And then once again, it's like they love the double dog leg on par fives at this course. They love forcing you to hit from certain angles. Didn't love the greens, so I'm not going to show a lot of the short game because it was like wet and the greens weren't my favorite. That's a view of the 9th hole. The 10th hole, I was so pumped because there's a guy like to your right. That's the chipping green, fantastic chipping green. Absolutely smoked this. And I thought I put it on the green. I hit the tree right in front of the green that I totally didn't see, but I smashed this drive, and it was right on the fringe-ish area. It carried that bunker, hit the tree, came down, got up and down, and I was super, super happy. This was another life goal achievement. Been working on a 4-iron swing, so please don't judge. I'm very sensitive, and I cry a lot. And I was able to tee off on hole 11 with a 4-iron and actually like hit a good shot and keep it in play. And that was really, really cool. Once again, you're hitting like 230 and then you're hitting over a forced carry into a narrow target. It's super target golf, but I've been doing a lot of sim golf. So if you're someone that goes to the driving range is like, let me work on a 205 to 225 yard shot, which is something like I've been kind of working on. This course is kind of your jam because it's just like going to the driving range and hitting shots, and I didn't really love the greens on this day. So it was kind of like a range session where like when I go to the greens, it's like, whatever. Hit a good 3-wood there, but it came out weird because this rough was thicker than I expected, but this shot was so good with a pitching wedge. I can't really tell what exactly happened. Once again, I'm going to show you more forced carry, very narrow targets. So if you have the length, you really need to play back to numbers. And I put it to right here, filming the putt. Kind of an ugly stroke. And it kind of also shows the skiddy nature of these greens that I didn't love. When you make like 2 birdies in 3 holes, you're destined to have a really bad hole. This hole did not suit my eye at all. And you're going to watch one of the worst swings of my day. Just a fast, hooky swing. And basically on this hole, you just don't want to go right. It's kind of one of the only, there's 2 par 3s that felt like throwaway holes, and that one was one. This is a layup type hole where they have like a mirror up there to check for the group ahead. No one was out on this given day. I absolutely smoked a 3-wood. It felt so good that I just wanted to stare at it for a while. And you don't want to look at anything right. You just want to hit straight shots to the middle of the fairway. I had a pitching wedge in, which was probably the wrong club. I probably was a 9-iron needed. Once again, you're hitting up hills. Little Lake Chabot-y in the vibes. Better holes than Lake Chabot, but like the greens were very Lake Chabot vibe on this given day. It could be just the way it is on this day. Wanted to give you like a little redwood pine tree vibe there. It wasn't a great angle. I love like a wedge par 3 that's downhill. Kind of felt like the Spyglass back 9 par 3. I'm like, okay, I'm vibing. Hit that sand wedge super deep, and the rain was about to start. And once again, didn't have a vibe for the greens at all. This is probably the best drive of the day for me. The best driver swing. Looked like I had a little bit of tempo on that. That's pretty awesome. That's something we're working on. And this is not a good swing, but that's once again when you get it into like certain, sometimes the fairways here kind of felt like rough too, and also like I'm not talented, so that hurts. Just a lot of side angles. I'm showing you this. I filmed it bad, but that was a low trajectory shot. And then the rain came, so 17, kind of a tricky downhill par 3 that I hit into the rain. I actually flew it 8-iron 155, and then here's the last hole, the par 5. This is my second shot. You can see the moisture on the ball too. I just played from the white tees. Thought I could get on into it. It was 460. I went driver 6-iron, wind into me, rain into me. Absolutely miserable conditions, but I love it. And then I get to do kind of a scummy up and down right here to make a birdie to finish. But man, is this course fun. I highly recommend it. You should go out there and support it. The pros to this course, I would say, is it's extremely good value. It's a bunch of unique holes. There's a lot of challenge being asked. If you want to hit the ball farther, I think there's a little bit of altitude. I didn't notice, like, probably because I'm not striking the ball super sick, but I didn't notice a crazy change difference. in how far the ball was going. That could also be that there was moisture in the air, so it kind of maybe compensated for the elevation gain, etc. But what I think the real cool thing is, there's serenity and peace, and it really takes into account the landscape. So you play within the mountain, you play within the area of golf that this course is situated, rather than they just bulldozed some land and built a course from this bulldozed piece of land. Those are my favorite courses that adapt to the environment rather than the environment having to adapt to the golf course as I play more. I'd say the cons for most people would be, for some, for me at least, I didn't really love that it's golf cart only. I'm definitely someone that wants to walk a golf course, and when I'm stuck playing golf at 15 miles an hour, it's not my real super vibe. I'm not like a big sign me up for that type of person. It's probably a preference thing. It's a little obnoxious, but I like to walk. I like courses that think about, hey, people can walk a course. So the fact that this course is cart only is not really a super big jam for me. Another thing is, if you struggle with like big misses, if you don't hit the ball far, and you might say, why would hitting the ball far matter at this course? I think hitting the ball matters at this course because you want to have some irons, some 3-woods or hybrids off of the tee rather than driver. If you're hitting driver on every hole, you're probably either playing the wrong tee box or you're playing the course wrong. This is a course I think I hit driver maybe 4 or 5 times at most, and I actually played well, which tells you how bad I hit my driver. But like, if you don't have the capability and you don't hit your driver straight, this course is going to suck, because the minute you go off the beaten track, you're going to lose your golf ball. You're just going to be like, boom, golf ball lost. Wish I had known you. And that's rough, because that's not like the funnest feeling ever, to feel like the minute you have a miss that didn't feel as big to you. Some of these fairways are very narrow corridors, and there's an element to this course of you have to think backwards a lot. So you have to think about, what would I like to do? How would I like to hit my shot that's an approach shot, rather than like, let me try to hit the best drive of my life and figure it out from there. You could actually leave yourself, when doing that, in between clubs and actually have a very tricky approach. So that might not be fun for people, because I think a lot of people get a lot of enjoyment from just banging driver and then figuring out, find the ball, and then try to hit a great shot after it. This course is very much a dink and dot, strategically move around the course. The rough is a little bit thicker because it's been raining, so it's easy to lose golf balls. The positive is, if you look into the woods, and please don't hold up groups, because this is another thing that I could see being a con, is the pace of play could get slow because it's so narrow. I could see people trying to find their balls or play into their abilities, but I could see pace of play possibly being an issue if it was a crowded weekend, etc. So take that into mind. But the commute from Sacramento might limit this to only hardcore golf enthusiasts and locals who know the course. So that might limit that. That's just something I could observe and see, but that's not something we know. If you look off the beaten track every now and then, and please don't slow down the course because that would be annoying, you can probably find enough golf balls to make up for the golf balls you've lost. Because in the trees, there are just a lot of golf balls, because people lose it, they give up, they don't look, and then, move on with their life. So that's something also to take into consideration. I find this course to be a truly amazing golf course in my area. The only downside is I really like greens to be a certain way. I'm kind of finicky about greens. I like them to roll a certain way. And because of the wetness and how slow they were at times, and also they did that thing I hate where they kind of skid and they don't roll end over end, that does take down a little bit of the score for me, because I love ball striking around this golf course. I didn't really absolutely love the green experience, but it's not a deal breaker. I mean, I'm probably going to play this golf course a lot for the rest of my life. So, and keep in mind, I probably played these greens in the worst conditions they could possibly be, besides being aerated, which was right after a rainstorm. So No indictment at all. It's just my personal preference. I think this is fantastic. But if you're watching this on the edge of like, man, should I book it? You should, because the value is amazing. And the course has some of the most unique and quirky golf holes. When I was playing this, it reminded me of the no laying up guys, and they always go to like these really great golf courses, and then they make their channel unique with their personalities, but also finding these nuanced golf courses that are quirky and fun and have a lot of like history within the region or the city or town that they're in. And Apple Mountain, if they did like a Northern California, like an Edgewood, Truckee golf course, Apple Mountain would fit that bill because there's like a lot of really cool quirk to it. To me, it feels like kind of like a Coyote Moon type course. And if you don't feel comfortable paying those price points, you could play Apple Mountain for essentially, if I did the math right, probably like 2 rounds at Apple Mountain is 1 round at Coyote Moon. So you can get a lot of those vibes, but without having to pay like the Bay Area inflation from Truckee, California. If you like this review, let me know, and let me know in the comments where I should go next.